You click the video, you know why you're here. I want to talk about a little oddball that I don't think gets much love. So, well, here we are. I'm not going to waste any more time with a lame opening. Featuring Dr. Wily number 42, this is the basics on Centaur Man. In a world where humans had begun to accept and rely on robots for a multitude of tasks, our primary topic, Centaur Man, worked for an antique museum as a guide, clumping around educating folks on primitive items such as, light bulb? It's a well-looking ZX at least, we'll go with it. Centaur here really enjoyed his job, or so we can infer, because time would catch up with the museum and leave it in the dust as it slowly fell apart. Being proactive as to not dwell on what he could have done, as Centaur Man is known to do, took notice of the World Robot Tournament, hosted by the mysterious philanthropist, Mr. X. He decided to gamble his chances and entered, with the goal of using the winnings to restore his favorite place. Centaur Man prepped himself for combat, going from a simple guy to a battle-ready robot. Now it's kind of up in the air as to what abilities he had to become the Grease representative, but at the very least, we know what he has after the twist. Being part of the 8 strongest robots from across the globe, Centi here was captured along with the others in an explosion and reprogrammed. I'm shocked. Shocked. Possibly even tinkered with for combat. And I'll explain why I say that later. From here, you likely know how it goes. Mega Man comes to fight, the Robot Master here loses, and then later gets rebuilt. The robot would get another battle with Mega Man later on during the Power Fighters, but ultimately loses again, and that's pretty much where his story just ends. So what did our tour guide have going for him to fight? Well, we know what he has after Wily, Mr. X, who's totally not Wily, tinkered with him and stamped his personal serial number on him. So we're going to look at that. First and foremost, like many classic bosses, Centaur Man comes armed with a buster. This buster fires a pretty slow shot, all things considered, but it is able to splinter and spread out on impact, kind of like a shotgun ice. However, Centaur Man is known for speed, and while you might assume it's because of his horse body, frankly I'd agree and say that is likely a case where he is very fast, that's not the secret to his speed. His signature weapon, the Centaur Flash, is a move that is able to bend dimensions and twist space. Yeah, we're talking some crazy reality-altering like abilities here. This is why I think his weaponry was tinkered with after he was captured by Wily. There could be another doctor out there with some impressive feats under their belt, but dimensional shifts? That's some high-tech level I'd only expect from Light and Wily. Maybe Dual Override will prove me wrong here, but yeah, that's really the secret of how his weapon works. And Centaur Man uses it, effectively, to teleport. Or to hold someone in place, so they, can't dodge. Or so Centaur Man can run off during the fight to recharge himself with an E-Tank milkshake. Because this move takes a lot of power, apparently. In Power Fighters, though, he got a whole new loadout, which is honestly pretty neat. It feels like Cappy really wanted to give him some love. Now he comes armed with a bow buster that fires out energy arrows. And now, like many horseback warriors, he arms himself with a spear, as well as a shield. I gotta be honest, I think this is a really cool take to remake the boss fight, and I just cannot go back to him being just a Buster Centaur. Oh yeah, a few sources say this, though usually in regards to gameplay, I'll list it along with his abilities that Centaur Man can't jump. Which seems odd, but hey, everybody's gotta have a flaw. His other flaw is the Night Crusher. I guess because he dislikes whips, because, he's a horse, and it's kind of like a whip. I might be stretching that one. And while there is no NetNavi counterpart for Centaur Man, he has shown up in other media. In the Archie comic, we see him saving civilians during the Super Adventure Rockman storyline. And in Mega Mix, he's kinda just there. His special weapon, which in this run is the same as it was in Power Fighters, that being the arrow, has more relevance than actually him. Kinda sad, but whatever. Let's talk about the real deal here. The book you've likely never read because it wasn't localized, nor is it really talked about. In the Mega Man 6 manga, Centaur Man was shown to be obsessed with Nightman, wishing to be fighting alongside him against Mega Man, but respecting his chivalrous code. When Nightman falls, Centaur Man goes into a fit of rage and really goes all out on Mega Man. Spouting non-stop slop about he's going to take out Mega Man and make him suffer for what he did. The fight gets pretty intense, but Mega Man figures out the trick to Centaur Flash, and with a well-timed Night Crusher, he breaks Centaur Man's helmet to reveal that Centaur Man is actually a woman? Move over, Splash Woman. You're not the first female robot master anymore. Turns out that Centaur Man and Nightman were actually a couple. And, well, hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. She's quickly defeated, but thankfully Light rebuilds her, and Nightman. So I guess they're like in a castle enjoying oil baths and sipping on W tanks or something? Whatever robots would do. Oh yeah, Centaur Woman can jump in the manga. Take that, game version. You're inferior. And well, you made it to the end. There's no NetNavia for Centaur Man yet, and Star Force didn't have a Sagittarius that we could totally say is Centaur Man, so yeah, this is it. What do you think of Centaur Man? Or I guess, Centaur Woman. I prefer Centaur Woman. But I also just think that we need more female robot masters. So let me know your thoughts below. Till next time though, rock on!